Hello, everybody. I am Marlisha, also known as Marlisha Muses from Marlisha's Meanderings BookTube channel. Welcome to my channel. I am here. Well, I thought I was going to do just a short little kind of update on what I'm reading for the read-alongs. And then I saw a few people doing their kind of half-year wrap-up. I don't know exactly how one goes about doing that, but I thought I'd give it a shot. So we'll start. It's going to be a little bit of everything, kind of a mismatch of everything. So the first thing I wanted to do was to do the actual wrap up for the first half of the year. I went to my Storygraph because that's the only way I can figure out what I have read. I have read up to this point 26 books, a total of 5,719 pages. My average time to finish the book is 1 month. And I have 22% slow reads, 52% medium reads, and fast reads 26%, okay? The average page number of each book in the 300 to 499 page range, 8%, and less than 300, 92%. And I think that's because a lot of my things are monthly devotionals or Agatha Christie's or things like that that generally fall about 250 to 300 pages. As far as being fiction or nonfiction, I've really surprised myself this year so far with this. Usually I'm very heavily slanted toward being fiction. This year I have 46% nonfiction and 54% fiction. So that's kind of cool. The way my genres kind of branch out in terms of the areas of interest where I'm reading right now, I had classics, 12 books, religion, 11 books, mystery, 11 books, crime, 10 books, historical, 2, biography, 2 books, autobiography, 2 books, education, 1, young adult, 1, short stories, 1, self-help book, 1, science fiction, 1, history, 1, and contemporary, 1. So that was how it broke down for this year. The books I am reading at the moment are, well, yeah, the books I'm reading at the moment are these. Okay. I'm going to go through the ones that don't fit any alongs first. So that would be these 3 here. Let's see, these 4. Okay. I'm reading Padre Pio's Words of Hope, and I'm about, I don't know, maybe about 2/3 of the way through this. I'm on Meditation 101 out of 150. So yeah, I'm about 2/3 of the way through this. And I wanted to show you, right now I'm marking this with a bookmark that Taya got me a while ago of Our Lady of Guadalupe. But yesterday or the day before, she surprised me with this bookmark. And I haven't taken it out of the packaging yet. I wanted to show you guys first so I can put it in my Padre Pio book. It's a Padre Pio bookmark. Isn't that fun? I love it. So I'm going to put this one into this book so I know where I'm at. I'm going to have to mark the back because they're the same on each side, so I need to have one side marked just a tad differently so I know where I'm actually at and I don't reread a page or go ahead of myself. So where he belongs in Padre Pio. And this I will just stick at the end for now so I don't lose it. The next book I'm reading, with Taya actually, is Rome Sweet Home, A Journey to Catholicism by Scott and Kimberly Hahn. And we're reading this together. We take turns reading a chapter or part of the chapter. And we're almost finished with this, I think. We are currently on page 136. So when we start reading again, we'll start reading here. And we have already had that much finished, so this is all we have left. So we're looking forward to doing that, finishing this book soon. And then this one is called Full of Grace. And this one, Ty and I are reading together, but not together. We're both reading it, and we'll talk about it, but we're not reading it together. It's called Full of Grace, Miraculous Stories of Healing and Conversion Through Mary's Intercessions. This talks a lot about Medjugorje, and I've read 2 other books by this lady. Her name is Christine Watkins, and I think I read them in reverse order. So I think this is the first one, and this is the one I don't like. This is the one I like the least. I like all of them. This is the one I like the least. I am currently reading a chapter that I shouldn't be reading right now because I made a mistake. Here's where my marker was, but I have 2 markers that mark the beginning and end of the chapter, so I got ahead of myself. So I'm reading a chapter ahead. I'll have to go back and read the one I missed. But I'm enjoying this one. This chapter is very good, about a young lady who used to be a stripper who converted. So that's really good. And this is the other one I'm reading with Talia. We read together, section by section, out loud, and we discuss it. It's called Mansfield Park by Jane Austen. And this one's going a little slowly because we only read it once a week. And we each have to be in the right headspace. The verbiage is a little bit different than modern ways of saying things. And so sometimes I have to stop and think, what are they saying? And that doesn't sound right, and I have to reread it. So I've actually taken to listening to this. There's a really good reader of this particular tale on YouTube, and I'm reading, I'm listening up to a point where I haven't yet finished reading. So in other words, I read it. Let me start over. Apparently my tongue wants to go faster than my brain. I am listening only to the point where I've read. I'm not going to go ahead. That's what I wanted to say. So I can get a better idea of the flow, because I'm trying to get a flow while I'm trying to read it out loud and get the cadence right. And it's a little more difficult. We're having a lot of fun with this because Taya has an annotated copy of this, and so we can look up questions that we have about words and about ideas and things that maybe we're not familiar with. So this is going really well. Now, the next 2 books lead into my read-alongs. So let me first tell you what the read-alongs are that I am going to be involved with this year, at least this summer. The first one is the June Journeys with the Inklings, and that's created by Luminous Libro, I believe. And I have the information in the description box below the video. The next one is the Big Books Summer 2025, and that is books of 400 pages or more, and that's created by Sue Jackson, okay? And it's co-hosted by Melinda of A Web of Stories. Then the last one I'm reading with is June on the Range, and this one, as far as I can tell, was established by Steve Donahue, I think his name is, and he has lots of people. I think his posse are co-hosts, so there's a lot of people helping him with that. All these people are listed in the description below the video. Now that I've gone through and told you what each of the alongs are that I'm doing, I can tell you what else I'm reading. I am reading The Virginian by Owen Wister. This is Talia's copy. I'm actually reading it on Kindle, but in order to show you how far along I am on it, I am, I think it was 49%. I forgot to put the percentage down, but you can see that I've read this much of the book. I have this much. So I have just a little less than halfway to go with this. This is a really fast read for a big book. It's very well written, and I don't want to say too much about it because I may want to do a review on it later, but I'm really enjoying it. This is my first foray into reading a Western. I've watched them, I've listened to them, but I've never read a book that was a Western. So this one, it was a good one to start with. I've actually put all his novels on my wish list. I may have even picked up a couple. So this is really good. I'm really pleased with that. The other one that I'm reading is for June Journeys with the Inklings. And this is the Fellowship, The Literary Lives of the Inklings. And it's focusing on J.R.R. Tolkien, C.S. Lewis, Owen Barfield, and Charles Williams. This is a huge book. I've been reading it just as long as I've been reading The Virginian, and I'm only less than 20% through this book. These are not my markers. These are Talia's. The yellow one is mine because this, again, is Talia's book. I'm reading on Kindle. But I am 118 pages in. I don't think I'm going to finish this by the time the summer, or even by June is over. But thankfully, Luminous Libro says we can take the whole summer to read this. So I'm going to continue on because I am enjoying it. It's very well written. But I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm shooting myself in the foot reading it the way I am. I've been reading every other day, these two books. I think I'm going to put this one down for the time being, since I do have more time to read it. And I'm going to focus on The Virginian so I can finish it in June, hopefully. I think I might have a chance if I don't alternate days with The Fellowship of the Inkling. So I'm going to read this till I finish it. And then if I finish it and I still have time, I might pick up a short story or a shorter book. Like I'm waiting for, what's the book? Not Shane. I'm waiting for a Western to come in. And I can't think of it right now. I'll think of it when I stop recording. But anyway, it's got short stories in it. And I will, read that if I have time. I might read it anyway. But this is what I'll focus on. And then I'll come back to this and try to finish it by the end of the summer. And maybe pick up an Inkling adjacent, like a Dorothy Sayers or something that goes really fast. I'm sorry, my voice is not being helpful. So that's that. And let's see here. Oh, that's going faster than I thought it was. I hope I'm coherent. I did want to show you something. I'm not an artist, but I think journaling counts as book stuff, right? I mean, writing and reading and stuff. This is one of my journals, okay? And this is a very simple thing I did today. I was looking at my calendar for the church, and it said ordinary time, and the first thought that popped into my head was that no time is ordinary. Everything is extraordinary. Everything is a gift. So this is just a little thing I did. I don't know if you can see it. Just a very rough draft type thing of flower. I can't draw, but it's to celebrate the ordinary, and there's this nice little vintage type sticker underneath with a woman with her flowers. So yeah, I did that this morning, and I was kind of happy with that. So that was that. And the last thing I wanted to kind of spitball with you guys a little bit, that's not a very ladylike term, discuss with you a little bit, was, and I blame Lady Linda. Hi, Linda. She is a writer over there and on BookTube, and she has been talking a lot about writing. I also am a writer, but I haven't written in a long time. I had a novel that was accepted for publication, and then the company folded. So I need to go back and kind of revise that. But in the meantime, she's been doing writerly kind of things every Wednesday on her BookTube channel. And I don't know if it's just Lady Linda, her BookTube channel. I'm linking her in the description box. But she has relit the fire under me to want to write again. And so I was thinking about different things I could do regarding that on BookTube. And I don't know if this is possible. I'm still new at BookTube, but I was thinking about maybe doing something like titled Monday Morning Pages, which is a writing thing. Morning pages are a writing thing. And I thought, well, if I just do it on Monday and the people would have a week to write on them. And I was thinking maybe I could provide, picture prompt or some word prompts, and people could write, and then we could talk about that. I'm not really sure how to go about doing something like that, but this is something I kind of would like to do. I used to do prompts all the time, write 500 words or less, or flash fiction, and that would get me going. These kind of daily exercises are the way my novel got started. I mean, my novel got started with three simple words. The prompts uh, were a ball, a book, and I think it was, what's the other one? A ball, a book, and a sword. A ball, a book, and a ball, a book, and a knife. That's what it was. And that was my whole novel. And my novel's over 150,000 pages, came from three words. So I would kind of like to maybe think about doing something like that. I don't know. Do you think that belongs on a reading booktube channel, or I should do something else? Would anybody be interested in doing that with me? I'm willing to set up something if we want to kind of play around with that, writing 500-word type things. I can ask. Tally's going to kill me. I have to Tally to help me set up something for that. Maybe I don't know if you would do the Discord or a Facebook or YouTube or a WordPress or something. I don't know how I would go about doing that. But anyway, that's just something to think about. I'd like to know in the comments below. I will tag the people that I mentioned for the alongs, and I guess I can mention the books if you'd like that. In the meantime, I'm really glad that you joined me here for my meanderings. I think I've been meandering a little bit more than normal, but thank you for sticking with me if you did. And I hope you have a blessed weekend, and I hope to see you next time I record. God bless and have a great day.